Good evening, welcome to Wyreside. Friday night, 7:30. Came here straight after work. In our continuation of our Wyreside's summer campaign. Not able to fish Sunny 2 this weekend as it's the Wyreside Open and S1 and S2 are being used for that. So we've dropped on river. On peg 1, probably our favourite peg on here. So we've got the bait to go out. Just put a couple of handfuls of hybrid over each of our 3 spots. I'll show you them in a bit. But it's great to be back at Wyreside. Really chuffed. Fingers crossed for a productive session. So these are the 3 rod positions. The left hand rod is in the bay, around about there. The middle rod is between these 2 trees, around about there. The third rod is there. So 3 different spots. Weather is dry. It's not cold either. The old Duchy night lights are on already, which indicates that it's getting darker sooner, as we know it is. We're into September now, so nights will start to draw in. I feel like fishing this time of year. I like fishing any time of year, but it's just good to be outside again. Not been for a couple of weeks. After our last campaign on Sunny 2, where we had the 2 fish. In terms of the Wyreside Open, I'm not sure how many anglers are fishing, but we've only seen 1 peg free on S2. And I think they're all taken on S1, so obviously had lots of interest, which is good. Hope it's a success for them. Someone's going to win a first prize of a season ticket for Wire and Bantams, which is well worth winning. And the guy that won it last year, he's defending his title. He's not far away from us. I spoke to him last year. He was fishing river in the winter, and he came over and gave me a few tips. So nice guy. But happy that we've got peg 1. We do like it. We've had some nice fish here, and it's the only peg that can access the bay. Nobody else can get to it, so you don't have any trouble with people crossing your lines, and you can walk around just to that far bank and just handball your bait in, so no need for the spod. So yeah, it's we're not fishing at range. Far from it. Very close in compared to what we have been doing, but it's an intimate way to fish. I like it. Well, good morning. It's 10 AM. Got up about 6. Had a good look at the water. No action in the night. Stayed up for a bit. Then got back in bed for another couple couple of hours kip. Breakfast has arrived, usual Wyreside special, so had that, brought the rods back in for half an hour and they've just gone back out. It's going to put some more bait out over the 3 spots. Let's see what the day brings. It started to rain, didn't really expect any rain today, so just in the sanctuary of the bivvy at the minute. Hopefully it'll brighten up, but no action in the night. Fingers crossed. There's been quite a few fish out on S2 behind us, the guys taking part in the open, so I think all the fish are being officially weighed by Callum, so I think he's going to have a busy couple of days. See him darting about on his mountain bike with his scales and his net, or his sling, to weigh the fish. So imagine he's got a couple of 3 rods, sticking to what we've been doing quite a bit of recently. So he's in Johnny Mac rigs, all pop-ups, using Crete Lakes, Crave and Dynamite. So we'll certainly stick with those during the day. It's nice to be back on river. Obviously this campaign was supposed to be focused on S2, but it's an ideal weekend for us to fish. And I'm not going to not fish just because we can't get on S2, so nice to be back on river. It's the water that I'd fish more of in the winter anyway. It's because it's a bit smaller. It's just over 2 acres, I think. But there's plenty to go out. There's plenty of features to go for. Particularly this tree line and the reeds, and then obviously into the bay down there. And as I said last night, it's intimate fishing, so it's nice. It's different. Well, it's 11 AM and the rain started to come down again after a small break. That's the bay that you can see from peg 1. And 2 rods in there now, 1 here, 1 here. Had success from those spots in the past. Matt came round earlier just on his rounds, one of the bailiffs. He said fish are coming out of S1 and S2 now. It's picked up for the competition, for the open, so sounds like a few guys are having some success, which is great. I could just do with a couple of fish coming out of the river, preferably from peg 1. It's 4 o'clock, Saturday. Had nothing, had 1 bleep, right hand rod, that's it. Guy on peg 2, he's had 1. That's the only fish we've seen out. Been having a good chat with Paul, the chap that we met over in Crete Lakes. Nice chat with him about some of the places he fishes. He's like us, just wondering what to do next. Don't really want to change anything for changing's sake, but I don't want to sit behind 3 rods and not do anything. So just gonna have a bite to eat and then have a good think about stuff and probably reel in and maybe put some different rigs on. Got to react to the situation, and the situation is we've not had any fish. Now, we have seen very little signs. We've seen no signs in where we're fishing, this end of the lake. There's been a couple of fish show a bit further up, but so there's nothing to go at. So needs a change of approach, I think. We'll have to just keep working, keep looking. 6 o'clock, no fish, still no signs. I just brought the rods in and checked the hook baits. We cast all 3 rods now on this margin. So we've got one in front of that tree, one in there, and then one near the reeds. So we're just going to focus on those. See nothing in the bay. Going to move on to well, having all 3 rods on there. We've had a couple of them in that area this session, so we're just going to move all 3 there. Did see some action right in the reeds earlier. Fish coming to the surface and bubbling and stuff. So we're just going to make the most of that. So that's kind of our spot. I'm thinking that they might congregate under the tree there on the left of the picture. It's quite a nice feature to aim at, so that's what we've done. It's not raining at the minute, but I don't know, it's just been such a strange session. No signs of anything. Well, it's 10 past 7. Just had a nudge on the left hand rod. Could have been a liner. Still no real signs. Just had a bit of a doze, just half an hour. I'm getting ready for something to eat soon, I think.
I shall be cooking.
What are we having tonight,
we have a selection of curry.
A selection of curry?
I say a selection, we have one curry.
Right.
You had curry noodle before with fromage poufroir and panini au fromage.
So there you go.
And we have with it a granary panini. And we did have some lovely red wine, but we've dropped.
So there you go. It's turned into a really, really pleasant evening. As you can see, it's quite light. The reflections on the water kind of give that away. Not heard anything else come out, which I'm surprised about, really. 10 to 8. Just about to have tea. Nice curry. Gone for a panini this time instead of rice. That'll be out in the next 10 minutes. Still no action. No action anywhere. It's really dropped the temperature, man. You're going to expect that at this time of year. You know, early September. Daylight's going, temperature drops. Well, it's 8:30. Had tea. Just having a cup of tea, courtesy of Been a bit of a slow day, hasn't it?
It has, really slow day.
No signs.
Lots of flying fish.
Yeah, lots of little things jumping out. Annoying gnats. Dunno. Just just died, just flat. Just a bit lost with it all. So, I think we're going to probably have another half an hour. Hunker down, I would imagine.
I think so, it's getting quite chilly. The moon is out.
The moon is out, yeah.
Rather nice. But there's not many clouds in the sky.
No, it's going to be quite cold tonight, I think. But, yeah.
We have the left-hand rod on the fluoro pop-up, so hopefully that should do something different in the night.
Good point, yeah, we changed that one earlier. Left the other two as they were. It's amazing now, it's just, you know, they're seeing very little signs of fish. It's like almost, you don't really know what to do next. There just seems to have been very little in the entire lake. So, just a bit despondent really.
We had this one person's caught earlier on today.
Yeah.
But that's been on.
Yeah.
There's definite activity going on in by the margin over there where we do have them. Keep seeing them. Well, saw that one. Say seeing them. We saw that one earlier on. But it doesn't seem to want to go down and munch.
No, it's not on the munch. They don't look like they're feeding. There's no bubbles, no fizzing, nothing. Bats are out. But we may speak to you later. Sunday, 6:30. Just had a few nudges on the right hand rod. And got up and nothing. The line started to tighten again. So I picked up, but there was nothing on it. There's no ducks in the area. But definitely had what could have been something picking it up. So I've put that one back out. Mist rolling across the water there, as you can see. It's quite cold. You never know, something could give here. Fingers crossed. Nothing happened in the night anyway. Nothing happened in the night. So, fingers crossed. Got a good few hours ahead of us yet, still time. I think it's time for a coffee soon. Get the kettle on. Don't know. Massive moon last night. Woke up at 3 o'clock. Just before it was going down, and it was huge. Beautiful sight. But yeah, it's still still good chance. So my left hand rod is pretty much here. The middle rod is here, and the right hand rod is here. So quite a short area. I'm going to watch the water for 20 minutes, as I say, put the kettle on. It's 8:45. Brought the rods in, just want to rest and swim for an hour. The sun is really bright, there's not a cloud in the sky, so a real change from yesterday. Probably the weather we were expecting yesterday, to be honest. Hoping that as the water heats up, the fish are going to move into this shallow end, into this bay that we can see. There you go. So yeah, we're just going to eat breakfast due any moment, and just watch the water, look for signs. Hopefully this warmer sun will switch it on a bit. Anyway, going to wait for breakfast. Right, we've just come to have a look in the bay. Rods are in, it's now 10 minutes locking. Thought I'd bring you along and show you. This is the bay, this is what we've got to go at. Definite signs of bubbling. They always have a tendency to come down here when the sun's out. It's quite a bit shallower here than in other parts of the lake. So I think we're going to just put a couple of new pop-ups on, and then put a couple here, maybe here. And then one in front of that tree, just kind of there-ish. A few tiny things knocking about. You see them? Another hour. That sun swings around. And lights up the whole bay. It could be an interesting couple of hours fishing. I think that's the plan. Yeah. Well, putting a couple of new pop-ups on, check the hooks and get the rods out. Definitely. There's them. Using the old corner cutter. Just cutting the hybrid in half. Maybe something a bit different to see in a whole one. I've got two rods in the bay now, as we said. One of them to the left and one of them quite kind of here beyond the reeds, and the other one right in that corner. The third rod is in the middle between here and that tree. That's where they're going to stay. We've put fresh pop-ups on them all. Gone for Crete Lake, Tiger Nuts. Crete Lakes, Dynamite Tiger Nut pop-up, and the Crave. It's all nicely washed out. Just going to go and handball a bit of bait in over those three spots. and just see what happens. It's going to be a beautiful day. I think it's going to get up to about 16 degrees. There's already fish down there, you can see bubbling. So, with a bit of luck, we'll get something. But we've got 6 hours of fishing, just under, and we'll see what happens. As I say, whilst the sun swings round, it's going to really warm that bay up. It's just exactly what we need. So, I think it's just down at the bay again. As you can see, the sun's moved round and it's lighting the whole bay up. I'm pretty sure, give it an hour or so, fish will move into this area. Don't really see much at the minute. I think this is the right place to have the rods. Just being a bit quiet. Yeah. Still looks really, really good conditions. Well, it's 11:10, so there's 50 minutes left for the competition. I think there's a clear winner. I think somebody on peg 9S2 has walked it. So well done to them if it stays that way. Just had a good chat with Sally. Always nice to have a chat with Sal. Anyway, the sun's out and it's looking good. Fingers are still crossed. It's 12:30. No fish, really surprised. Thought we'd have some action from the bay. But river is not interested. It's chewing us up and spitting us out. It's proper done us. We've seen nothing. A bit lost, really. Certainly between Paul and ourselves, we've tried different things. Nothing's worked. Just one of those weekends where river seems to switch off, which it can do. When river switches off, it really does switch off. So a few facts about river: it's 2.3 acres. There are head of 160 carp approximately in the water, 12 swims, which is probably just about right. In terms of features, there's a sunken island in the middle and lots of reed beds to go up. Margins are silty due to the tree line. All this info is available on Wyreside's website, wyresidelakes.co.uk. Duty Free will be open soon.
We'll be fishing at approximately 1200 yards.
Yeah, anyway, yeah, we can see this session's degenerating, but we're having a laugh and a giggle, which is what fishing's about, isn't it? You know, it's about being outside, catching nothing. No. But, yeah, the point I'm making is that Wyreside's website is very informative, particularly, you know, around the lakes and the features and the swims and how deep the waters are in places. So yeah, I think if you go to the website and go to fishing, there's an option, I think it's called Our Lakes, under there, and you can get that type of information for all of them. So still no signs, apart from the old silvers jumping. But, the bivvy's packed away. another 20 minutes and we can be fully packed up should we choose. As I say, it's approaching 2 o'clock and I think we'll give it another hour and start and pull off at 3 PM. There's nobody on Sunny 2. Obviously the match finished a couple of hours ago. Nobody else has turned up and I've never seen it empty. There's not a soul on it. So anyone that's arriving now has got the whole lake to choose from. As irony would have it, an hour to go in the session, we've just seen some fish mooching about, but in the middle of the water. So we've moved up a peg to peg 2. Most of our kit was packed away anyway, so it was no big deal. Where we were in the bay, that's because of the position of the sun, it's quite low. All that's now in shade, so it'll start to cool. So we thought, well, for the last hour, I mean, it's probably 40 minutes. We'll just kind of get the rods in the sun. So we've come up to peg 2 and we've just really fanned them out. But you can see kind of, you know, signs of fish there. That's something near the surface. So, you know, end of the session and they start to wake up. But they're everywhere. You can see them. I mean, you probably can't see them from the camera, but you can really see these fish now. So, easy option will be to pack up and go home. But we've just moved the stuff down. We'll give it 40 minutes. We'll just see what happens.
There we go. Since I've kind of put the Polaroid glasses, you can see one just basking in the water.
That's the end of the sesh. 48 hours on river, most of it spent on peg 1. As we say, came on air for the last 45 minutes, casting at some showing fish. That didn't work out. I'm glad we did it. You know, easy options to kind of pack up and go home, but we gave it a bash. We're back out probably in a couple of weeks, had a thought, for yet more fun and frolics at Wyreside Lakes. So, hope you've enjoyed it. Sorry we couldn't show you any fish. We'll see you soon.